Hello everybody, today I'm going to be reviewing Tame Impala's latest project, Deadbeat. So, here we go. This is hot. Okay, so I just want to start this off by saying this is my opinion. I'm giving you my reviews. So before anybody gets offended by these views, I just want to say it's not your opinion, it's mine. So just keep that in mind. So the original track list is very good. There's 12 songs on it. So I'm just going to go down the list and name off each song just before I get into the reviews and everything. And how I'm going to review them, I'm going to go from like my least favorite to my top. So here we go. So the original track list is My Old Ways, No Reply, Dracula, Loser, Oblivion, Not My World, Piece of Heaven, Obsolete, Ethereal Connection, See You on Monday, Afterthought, and End of Summer. Let's get into this. I'm very nervous because I haven't done a solo episode in a while, so I'm just going to try to do my best. I took 6 pages of notes on this album, so bear with me, please. So Ethereal Connection is about how Kevin, which is Tame Impala, his name is Kevin Parker. The story about Ethereal Connection is that Kevin has a spiritual and like tight bond with somebody, and it's just really beautiful. I think in Ethereal Connection he describes it as more of a spiritual like relationship instead of like just simple normal relationship, and I think that's a very beautiful thing to me. Because I think a relationship is more than just physical being. It's a experience you both share, and it's not just physical. It's like mental, and I think it's very good. The lyrics are simple, and I wrote here, but beautiful. He describes him and the other person having a relationship that goes beyond the physical world and transcends the normal emotional human connection. Just very beautiful, and I already have used the word beautiful 140 million times, so I might have to limit that a little bit more. Now moving on to the emotion of the song. The song is dreamy, very uplifting. It has an emotional undertone, I think, to it, but the overall vibe of it is just positivity in a like relationship. And there's definitely a happiness in his vocals. It's good in that department. Sound, the song is very repetitive and goes for much longer than it needs to. Now, I totally agree with this. I wrote this a little bit ago, so my opinions might change, but I totally agree with this. It is almost 8 minutes long. It doesn't have to be, but for some reason it is. I definitely see the vision he wanted for the song, but I think the same drums, like that didn't have to go for 8 minutes straight. And it almost goes for the entire track. I don't think it had to be that long by any means. I definitely see what he was trying to go for. I see the artistic value in it, but personally it's just not a huge thing for me. I give it a 2.5 out of 5. That's pretty low, but I put it like right in the middle because it's not a bad song, but it's not a great song. But it's pretty good. Not my favorite. Not My World is pretty good. Kevin looks at his past experiences and how much different the present looks next to the past. He misses how life used to be while also feeling disconnected from the current situation. So basically, Not My World is like he's looking around him and he doesn't feel like anything belongs to him anymore since he lost like basically the love of his life, or he lost this connection he had, and he just feels like he's not himself anymore. It's a different song, definitely a different song, but it's not bad. The lyrics feel so dry and honest that it honestly sounds really emotional. Like towards the end, he goes in his higher range, which usually he's always in his higher range. The vocals just tell you how much he misses his life. Like, it is very emotional, but it just feels very dry. Like, he just seems depressed and anxious about what his life is turning into. And it's very raw. The song starts off by sounding like a demo and kind of carries that feel for most of the track. The drums, I don't know how to describe it. Like, they're very lo-fi. His vocals sound so much different from any of the other stuff he's ever done. The dance song quality at the end is good. Like, it gets really upbeat and you feel like you can dance to it. But it doesn't make up for the lackluster vocals on some of the middle parts. Like, it's just, like, some of the song is very, like, lackluster and not put together and not mixed as well as he could have, like, mixed it. So for that reason, I give it a 3.5 or a 3 out of 5. But there's good qualities, bad qualities, mostly good. But it's just not really for me. This song is pretty good. Like, the theme is wanting to make a change when things wanting to make a change when things seem to be getting more and more repetitive in a relationship. The feeling you get when you may be struggling with your inner turmoil and trying to see the positive aspects of it. What you see in the positivity and what you see in the negativity can decide the outcome at the end of the day. It's very cool in how he wrote it from somebody else's perspective and his perspective. So it's like him showing how he's trying to see her perspective, and then her showing how she's trying to see his perspective, and them trying to get along and make things work for the betterment of their relationship. So I think it's very beautiful. The sound has a great groove with the synth and soundscapes, but lacks much depth since there's no drums. There are no drums in this song at all. It just makes it a little, like, I feel like most songs should have drums. It just lifts you up and everything, or it can, like, take you down, whatever. I just think drums are very important to the emotional aspect of a song. Maybe even, like, percussion for that matter. Like, just add a little bit of percussion. It's good, but I feel like some of the percussion on this song would be better. Like, just a little percussion on the track. I gave it a 3 out of 5 again. But it's not for me. It's not bad. It's not good. I like it. I like it, but I don't love it like some of the top tracks. Now, this one is really good. It is, like, very, very dancey. Kevin talks about wanting to escape reality and go to some place that's happy and safe. There is a couple lines in this song that I absolutely love. If I don't get to you, my love, then I choose oblivion. I just love that for some reason. I don't know. I just love it. It shows that Kevin would rather escape reality than face the fact that he'll never get to see this person again in his life. It's just a really cool aspect and an idea for a song. So I really like this. I really like the song. At first, I didn't. But the more I listened to it, the more I was like, okay, I see what he was going for. Like, some of the opening lyrics are very in the background. They're in with the synths and everything and, like, just mixed in completely. So it's hard to hear him at first, but then he keeps singing and it opens up and his voice is now towards the front, and it's very good. The song feels detached and distant from the actual reality of the situation. It just feels like he's so afraid of the possibility of getting back with this person that he wants to avoid at all costs while still trying to push through and make it to the next steps of his life. Like, that's just the best way I can describe this. It's very emotional, very heartfelt. You can feel his every emotion in the song. Like I said, the vocals are very far away in the mix, and they could sound buried, but again, not in a bad way, but they just sound a little too deep in the mix. It feels like he was trying to incorporate soundscapes made with heavy synths and percussion, which I do really like. usually I'm not a huge fan of soundscapes, but when you add light percussion and synths and just put it all together and just make it sound beautiful, I really do like it. And then I think there's a point in the song where it just gets so intense and like really upbeat and you can really dance to it. But other than that, I would just put his voice towards the front of the mix through the entire song. But I really like it. I gave it a 4 out of 5. The more I listened to it, the more I saw where he was trying to go with it. There's Afrobeat type things on it. There's like lo-fi drums. It's just very like that type of thing. Kevin apologizes for his non-responsiveness as he tries to live his own life and have the experiences he wants while being so anxious that he feels like he can't do anything. He just wants to give up on everything else in his life because he can't reach out to this person. Repetitive theme on this album is not being able to reach someone or not being able to have a connection with someone. And I think that's a very emotionally like, what's the word? What's the word? Shoot. It's a very emotionally vulnerable type of theme to get into. These are lines that perfectly represent that. So these are kind of funny lines. I watch Family Guy on a Friday night off a rogue website when I should be out with some friends of mine running reckless wild in the streets at night, singing Life O' Life with our arms out wide. I don't know why, I just love that. I think it just shows him being held back by the darkness in his life. And I think a lot of people can relate to that. It's really good. The song is so good and feels laid back, even though there is a clear anxiousness hanging in the air. Like you could just sense it in the song. The song feels lonely, but not too hopeless. He confesses that, yeah, I probably am wrong, but how could I get to where I'm not anymore? How can I get to where things get better and things are good between us again? He wants to figure out his life before he gets into any worse situations. This is perfectly represented in the song. Just really good. Kevin's vocals are the icing on top of the cake. Really, 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 really good. They flow and just move so smooth. This song is great. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. Today, I think that's where I'm going to quit. We got through 5 tracks, which isn't bad. There's 12 on this album, so we have 7 more. Thank you guys for watching this part of the video. Make sure to keep watching for the next, and I'll see you there. All right, so I'm back. Last filming session, I forgot to bring in all the copies I had of this album. And if this seems absurd, I know. So you don't have to, don't judge me. Okay, so I know what you're thinking. Why are there 3 copies of the same exact album sitting in front of you? I asked myself the same question, but I'll give you a reason. So I forgot to bring these in for the first filming session, which I was going to. But they're all kind of different, except for the CD. So this is on normal black vinyl, just simple. Oh, wait, no, it's not. This is on Coke bottle clear vinyl. You probably can't see it that well. So it's on that type of vinyl. And it's very, very pretty. And both of these came with a book. Now, me personally, I like to make a poster out of some of the books. Like if I have multiple copies, I'll take one of the books and turn them like into posters. But I'm keeping this one because I just like to have a book. Jesus Christ. It is so hot in here. But I just like to have a book for one of them. It just came with pictures and everything, so not anything you haven't seen before, but it is a really good book. This is the 4th song on the album. Now, it was my favorite at first, but now it's not my favorite. Like, it's still a good song. but it just doesn't hold up as well as the other tracks on the album. But it's really good. I know I'm giving deep descriptions of each album. So please, if you don't want to know what all of the themes are yet or how it sounds, please just listen to it and then watch this video, or listen to me and completely disregard the description because you should form your own opinions. But here I'm going to talk about my personal opinions on everything, on the themes, on the sound, on the emotion of each track. So sorry if that bums you, but it's just how I'm going to do things. So on the theme of Loser, there's self-doubt and insecurity. As Kevin, he tries to fit himself into someone else's expectations, and I feel like he tries to view himself as the person that another person wants him to be, which I really like, and it's very relatable. It goes along the theme with self-exploration. This whole song, or this whole album actually, is a whole opus of exploration and vulnerability, which is already something I've mentioned. But it's a really good song, just so relatable. The emotion, it's so honest in the lyrics and vocals. You could tell he's just so emotional and broken down by the expectations that somebody has placed on him. But it's just something that comes with normal life for every single person. Nobody will go their whole lives without feeling that feeling. So yeah, it's just something that can touch everybody in a certain way. It's him trying to fix his self-image, but at the same time fails to let go of other people's feelings about him. There's a chaotic mix of confidence and frustration that you can feel through the entire track. Very up and down, very good. The sound. The elements are way less complicated than any other song on this album. It's a simple groove. It's still good. It's just simple. The song is detailed, though. Just detailed enough to where it's not boring. It's a good song. The drums are very dependent on the hi-hat, just an open hi-hat. It's very repetitive in that way, but it kind of carries the groove into something else that seems stronger than what it could have been. But very good. And it just adds to the fullness of the song. It also adds a lighthearted twist to the song, which I felt that it needed. I feel like the emotion is very, high and sad and just kind of, it pulls you down at some points. But with the hi-hat, it just adds a little extra oomph that you need to get through the song. And it's really good. I gave it a 4.5 out of 5. Just really good song. This song has always stuck out to me as the most 80s pop type song. If you told me this song was on Thriller, I would totally believe you. But the theme of Afterthought is something you see Kevin Parker thinking about a past relationship where he feels left out and behind. It's a Monday. It's a Monday. It's a Monday. But anyway, the theme of this song, Third Time is a Charm. You see Kevin Parker thinking about a past relationship where he feels left behind and forgotten, like an afterthought in somebody else's life. So you see him getting left behind by this person that doesn't really seem to care about him anymore or has too many things in their life to focus on other than the relationship they built together. It also shows you how you could try to find your worth after being overlooked and set aside. So if you're set aside in a friendship or a relationship, you can always find your personal growth again. And it's just another very relatable song. Find your own self-worth and find your own importance somewhere in the world. So just very beautiful. While the song can be considered sad, there's an assurance in his voice and in the instrumentation that make it feel hopeful and just happy about how the person may be feeling about him. I think that's a really cool idea for a song. The sound is crazy good. If you told me, again, I already said this, but this could be a perfect song on Thriller. If you put Michael Jackson's voice in this song, it would add so much. Like when I showed my friend this album, we were doing like Michael Jackson ad-libs, and you could just see Michael Jackson's voice clear as day in the song. Like it would fit perfectly. The intro of the song is a mixture of synth, bass, guitar, and percussion. The bass line is so infectious, and it's one of the first things I noticed about it was the bass line. It is like just so amazing. I love it. The percussion on the song is so complicated but so groovy that you get lost in every single layer of the song. It is so good, so good. And it's so groovy. Like it's poppy but like groovy and funky. It's amazing. The synth. I know the sound I just made sounded sus, as the kids say. But it is so good. That synth is amazing. Like it's so hypnotizing and beautiful and emotional. But Afterthought is a good song, has good lyrics. The lyrics are great, by the way. If you haven't heard the song, go read the lyrics. Like you could read the lyrics and you could be like, wow, like that's actually a really good song. And I gave that an easy 5 out of 5. Just really good. Yes, my top 6 are 5 out of 5s. I could not stop listening to these 6 songs over and over and over and over and over again. So I had to give these a 5 out of 5. They're just all so good. It has acoustic on it, which you don't hear on many of the songs, if at all. Maybe Loser, maybe a little, but like Obsolete has a lot of acoustic guitar in it. So the theme is him meaning Kevin Parker. Kevin clearly having paranoia about how his lover feels about him, since he feels as though his partner is replacing the love they had for him for something else. There's a line in it. I love it. Do you want my love? Is it obsolete? So like he's just telling this person like, are you sure you want me? Like, are you sure you want my love? Or are you just saying you want me to make me happy while you go and like love other people or like love somebody else more than you love me? So like it's a cool idea. And obsolete, not many people exactly know what that word means. Like I asked my friend, do you know what obsolete means? And he said, well, if you would show me the definition, I probably would. So obsolete means like no longer being like produced or used. So love from this person is no longer being produced and time is no longer being made for him in this person's life. The emotion is slightly paranoid and unsure. I feel like you can hear the anxiety in the lyrics and vocals, which perfectly represents the story of this track. The uncertain nature of the relationship is wearing on him, and you could really feel it in this song. You can feel him just slowly kind of like dissolving in his like anxiety and depression kind of. And I think that is something Kevin actually struggles with. So it's cool to see him get vulnerable and talk about the things that he deals with on a daily basis. The sound of this song, now I know I've already used this word, but groovy. That bass line, just there's groovy and pulsating synths, which are like incredible. There's funky drums with the alternative sound of dance and house. He perfected throughout most of the album. I think he did a great job using house music as an example to build this album. I think he did a great job. Not many people seem to think that just because it doesn't sound like Currents, which is a ridiculous comparison because they're two completely different albums, sound and songwriting wise. It's just not fair to compare those albums. So for that reason, anybody that does that, you're wrong. But anyway, I gave that a 5 out of 5. Okay. The last track on the album, which I have placed at number 4, is End of Summer. Holy crap! Great song. I mean, great song. At first, didn't like it because it is like 7 minutes and 15 seconds. But it is like a dance masterpiece. The perfect baby of like two parents that are house and EDM. Like, this is a perfect breed. It's a really good like mix between house and EDM. Really good. The theme is trying to get another chance with a person you once loved, but feeling like you lost your chance at another shot. There's lines in it. I waited until the end of summer, but I ran out of time, which is really, I just really like that. The emotion is bittersweet and reflective as he thinks back on a relationship that he tried to save, but just couldn't. It's just sad, but he accepts it and feels happy in the end, which is a great ending for an album because there's a whole bunch of emotions and then it ends happy and satisfied. He feels as though he still has himself at the end of the day, so he's just content with that. And I really like that. I give it a 5 out of 5. At first, I probably would have given it a 3, honestly, but it has moved up so far. My number 3. Piece of Heaven, which is the 7th song on the album. I've heard the song described as the feeling you get when you're falling in love. The feeling you get when you're falling in love just sounds like it would be this song. The airy, dreamy synths just fall perfectly like on your ears. Like, it just sounds so dreamy, like you're walking into heaven. He talks about the person's presence as being like a piece of heaven, which I think is just so beautiful. And I think he's talking about his wife, obviously. The emotion in this song, he's so happy that he can't hide the joy. The song's mood is infectious, and I love it. Like, it just feels like he's so happy. It kind of has, like, hip-hop vibes on the drums. Like, the club beat in it is just so infectious. Like, it makes you want to dance. And it has such a euphoric production on it that it is, like, nothing I've heard in a long time. So I'll just say that. Like, it is great. Please go listen to it. That's for the top 3. I don't have much to say. They're just great, and there's no question about it. So just go listen to them and comment your opinions on it. My number 2 is Dracula, which is a great song. Kind of a Halloween song. The song is about fighting inner demons and temptation, like being taken over by your darker side. That sounds weird, but like, he's talking about just getting back into a depression and falling deeper into that sadness. The song kind of describes how you don't really want to be in the light. Like, you don't want to be seen when you have depression, so you don't want other people to see you like that. The emotion is mysterious and confident, but there's also a power in embracing a power. I don't know why I did power in quotes. I meant to do a power in embracing the monster within. So, like, the monster being like the Dracula you are when you have depression and like a lot of sadness that you carry. So it's just kind of empowering and a good like anthem to lift yourself back up in the dark times. In the sound, oh my gosh, so good. Dark, it has a really funky bass line with hypnotic synths and just a really good groove. It feels cinematic, like a midnight chase scene. Like, I could see this like in an action movie when like people run down the road and like they're getting chased. Like, I could just see that, like a Walking Dead scene or something. It would be really cool. The percussion makes the song so fun and interesting, especially for a Tame Impala track. Like, I've never heard him have drums with that sound before, so it's really cool. And it's not even really like drums, it's more like percussion. Really, really good song. My number 1. It's the opener of the album. When I tell you, I think this was a perfect opener, honestly. The first minute of the song is just a piano instrumental, like it could have been made on iPhone. I think it was. It's so good because you get the dun 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 dun. it just works itself into the drums and the beat so well. And his voice on the song is so incredible. I just love the song. The danceability of it is incredible. The song is about falling back into your old ways, like old habits, how you always want to have like an evolution for yourself. You want to change over time, but there's some things that can always pull you back into your old ways. And I really like that. That's a 5 out of 5. When I tell you this album is absolutely incredible, it is. Go listen to this album. If you ever have the opportunity to, please. This is literally, I think, my album of the year for 2025. Really good. You get good house music on it. You get good dance music. You get great vocals. You get great songwriting. Just a really, really good album. And the overall rating for this album was 4.4 out of 5. So very good, very solid album. Please go check this out. Thank you. I know we were late getting to this second episode, but we'll make sure to not be this behind anymore. So thank you so much for watching the Tune-In. My name is Brodie. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is the Tune-In, tuning out.